today, the focus of this discussion is going to be on US oil, and it's based off how I use volume profile to swing trade, right? So that's the actual concept of the video and all the other videos prior to this one. And we'll be picking up from where I left off last week in terms of the analysis that I did, what I was looking out for. Did any of those concepts I was talking about come to light? And if it did, how do I plan to move forward with this new information? So with that said, I believe you're going to find the content I'll be sharing with you today useful. So do all the cool things you're supposed to do, right? And we're going to begin the analysis. So first thing that I want to draw to your attention, as it stands right now, we are on the 4-hour chart, right? So on a 4-hour chart. So first thing I want to bring to your attention, I'm not going to do too much of a recap into what we talked about last week's video, because there is a playlist for that. So you can basically tap in and go and visit that video to bring you up to speed if you find yourself a little bit disorientated based on what it is that where we're analyzing from. So the last videos will definitely help you. So in a nutshell, I was talking about this level right here, 67.40, right? If this level was taken out, what I was going to do, and if this level down here, which is 62.86 was taken out, what I was going to do. These two little, what's the name of this tool again? Okay, so I used the price range down here to kind of determine how much profits was in for us and how much risk we had to be prepared to place on our trades, providing one of these levels was taken out, the action we was going to take. Okay, so as it stands on, so we had our first breach. Our first breach was on the Thursday. So I believe Thursday's recording, we was around here somewhere, right? I may be right, I could be wrong, but I think it was around here somewhere, right? So we've had our first breach of this level, and that took place on Monday the 7th, right? So beginning of this week. Since that breach, what I mean by the breach is a close above the low value node area, which is this right here, okay? Price has been pushing up. Now, in last week's video, okay, I also mentioned how important it was for if price was leaving this low value node area, okay? So let us take this back a little bit. This whole area over here is a low value node, right? But however, this area, which is in the same place, this area right here is on the boundary of the low side of the high value area, which is this area that we're in right now. Okay, so this is the high value area, okay? A very important area. So what we have is we have price leaving the low value node area and pushing upwards, okay? Now, if you've been following my video for any period of time in regards to using volume profile to assist in the process of trading, okay, what you're gonna find is that whenever price is at these locations within the volume profile, okay, the first thing that you would notice is, in most cases, not all the time, in most cases, you will always find a low value node in these areas. There will always be a low value node, right? And to prove my theory, just watch my channel for the next week, right? As I do analysis, because I use volume profile, except on a Sunday where we're talking about the Dixie, and at which point I'm just highlighting the relationship of that one asset to other assets that you could be interested in. Okay, so apart from on the Sunday, Monday to Saturday, I'm usually talking about the volume profile in some way, shape, or form, okay? And what you would notice is whenever we see price down here, or we see price up here, this is when it gets exciting. because all we're waiting for is an indicator to say it doesn't want to stay in those locations anymore. It wants to move away, and it just makes our trading that much easier. Okay, obviously you are going to need other things involved to make sure it all makes sense, but bottom line is, if you was just using the volume profile alone, chances are you'll be right more times than you're wrong. And that's the game that we're playing right now, is to be more right than we're wrong. Okay, ideally we want to have it perfect all the time, we're right all the time, but unfortunately in the world that we live in, it's not really possible to be right every single time, but you can be right most time. So I would take that deal. I would take the deal of being right most times than to be wrong all the time. Okay, so, and it's all basically timestamped, so obviously I can't go back and change the videos as to what I said last week. Everything I said about what we are to do in this area is in all the previous videos. You just have to go through the playlist to get to the answers that I shared with you. Okay, because like I said, I'm trying to win. So the concept of these videos I'm sharing with you right now is for selfish reasons, because the more I do this, the more I improve. So this is all for my best interest, but at the same time, I can help you guys also, right? With honest, unbiased, technical analysis, all right? And regardless of how many of you watch this information still remains quite secretive, because not everybody's looking for this information. So if this video turned up on your newsfeed, basically means the powers that be somewhere is saying, hey, listen, we want you to kind of tap in to this guy over here who's going to give you unbiased viewpoint as to how they analyze the market, and then you can go back and backtest everything for yourself to see how accurate it is. And that's naturally, I get better, the channel will grow, I will get better, the channel will grow, and before you know it, the information that is now readily and freely available to you won't be like that anymore. Not because I don't want to share it, I might just start talking about something else. So I just want to put it out there, evolution of time, you know, things like that. So bottom line is this, getting off that rant, right? Bottom line is this, price is now moving away from the low value node area. It has closed above 67.40 and it's heading upwards, okay? So now this whole situation here is now looking correct, all right? There are a couple areas we do need to be concerned about in regards to as price begins to push up, and these are the areas I want to draw to your attention. So the first area of interest will be this location right here. So I'm just going to put a little box on it. Okay. And then we're going to put another box inside of it. We could just do one box, right? But however, if it goes deeper, it helps us to say, okay, it's a little bit stronger in this area. And if it changes, fair play, it has changed, okay? So, but we do know that in the middle is where it's the strongest, and then outside of that is still the zone, but it's nowhere near as strong as it is in the middle. Okay, so a rejection from there, we just have to take that on board. If it blasts through it, happy days. So as it stands, price is pushing up. Okay, once price gets to this zone over here, all right, we want to see what it's going to do. Is it going to break through to get to the point of control? And remember, at this point, because price is now in the zone of the high value area, it is now attracted to point of control, which is up here. So the level of point of control is 73.33. It's now attracted to that level, right? So I believe price is going to get to point of control. And I called that out from last week's video that I believe it was actually going to get to that location, right? So all we have to do now is wait and see to see if it gets there. So the first thing is, are we going to get a rejection inside the low value node area, and that is 71.62. And the second question is, are we going to get a close above the low value node area, which would be 72.72? So what could happen could be something like this. Price pushes through this low value node area over here, gets 2 point of control, comes back for a retest. That retest at 72.72, if you haven't joined from here, okay, the idea of joining up here might become a little bit tempting for you, and you might want to do it from that level, which will be absolutely fine. It does come with its level of risk, but if you wanted to, you could, right? And then if it does do a retest to this low value node area, which is 72.72, we want to see if it's going to blast off into this low value node area, okay? Now, chances of it going into this low value node area is also high, and chances of it rejecting from this low value node area is also high. Both outcomes are super realistic in this particular scenario we find ourselves in right now. Reason being is that this is the sweet spot of oil. So this zone that oil is headed into is what I consider the sweet spot, okay? If it gets any higher, it has to come down. So for example, as soon as we see oil up here, okay, so this is talking way down into the future, right? As soon as we see oil in this zone right here, which is, so let's say between 79.11 and 81.40, okay, at these levels, oil is unsustainable. Okay, it is unsustainable. It must come down. So whether you believe, if you believe that oil is going to get to $200, $300 per barrel, you will see those numbers when there's war, right? If there is no war going on and you see oil at these prices over here, it is unsustainable. There is no reason for it to be up there. You have to start plotting in yourselves, right? Because this oil being at these prices creates problems in society. It's too expensive in order for society to function, well, Western society to function anyway. So it can't get to those prices. So how you want to approach this area if you're not in here at all, the smartest thing to do is to let this whole thing play out. If you're not in already, let this whole thing play out until it gets to the levels that it needs to get to, right? And these are high numbers. When it gets to the 80s, or say anything above, say 74. So I'll say from between 75 and 80 is where you want to start planning, maybe selling oil. Okay, between here and up here, because you haven't got in at the bottom, you might be looking at price fluctuation. So it's just swinging up and down, up and down, up and down, and you might just get caught out just because you timed it wrong, right? So that's how I basically would do it. So I mean, if you want to, you can jump in now. That is up to you. You assume the risk. I laid everything out from last week. We're now 1 week into the future now. So if you still think it makes sense, by all means, I'm not telling you what to do. But at the same time, you have to bear in mind that what is actually happening in this area. And what is happening is it's on its way to point of control right now. If you think it's worth it, you can jump in. If you don't think it's worth it, just take the smart approach and wait for it to get to the levels that it wants to get to, and then you can start making decisions from that point. So with all of that said and done, these are the price point for oil for this week and beyond. We'll see what it does, and we'll talk about that in next week's video. So for now, I will see you all on the next one.